The 2025 Hall of Fame class has been announced for the NBA, and what an honor it must be for Mickey Arison to be inducted into this class. What a job that Mickey Arison has done, and we're going to talk about all things related to the man behind the team on this edition of Heat Digest. Hello, everyone. My name is Manuel Buroz, and we're going to talk about the man himself who has led this Heat organization to 3 NBA championships, multiple Eastern Conference Finals appearances, multiple NBA Finals appearances, memorable moments throughout the year. And we'll take just a quick moment with the last week of the regular season here with the Heat primed for another postseason playoff push. Just take a minute to honor and appreciate the man who has put pretty much everything that we have come to completely in love when it comes to Heat basketball together. We're going to start with, again, the man behind the titles. Mickey Arison has done an absolutely unbelievable job when we talk about putting together a championship organization. In 28 years as managing general partner of the Miami Heat, Mickey Arison has guided the franchise to unprecedented heights, including bringing 3 NBA championships to South Florida. Of course, talking about 2006 and the back-to-back titles in 2012 and 2013. Big moments for me specifically. I watched Miami Heat basketball in 2011. That's when I really started getting into it. And I obviously went back, watched the Heat championship run with the young Dwayne Wade, with Shaquille O'Neal. I watched obviously the back-to-back and the dynasty that was the Miami Heat's big 3 with Braun, Wade, and Bosh. It was absolutely amazing, and so much that I just can credit to watching and falling in love with basketball was because of the product that Mickey Arison put out in front of us on a night-to-night basis pretty much. It was unbelievable, and I'm so glad that I was able to take it in. As chairman of the world's largest cruise ship operator, the 74-year-old Arison and his family have always been involved with the team. Although his father, Ted, brought the NBA franchise to South Florida in 1988, it has only been since Mickey took control in 1995 that the Heat has evolved into one of the NBA's top organizations. As you can see, it's a family business. It's all about keeping it in-house, and I'm sure that whoever is next to step, the heir apparent, the heir to the throne when it comes to the Arison family on who will be the next owner of the Miami Heat, it's going to be within the family. I don't see the Arison family selling the Heat to anybody really, barring anything that they just don't want to be a part of the NBA anymore. But they've been such a consistent force, a consistent presence in the NBA that I fully expect the Arisons to keep control of the Miami Heat for years to come, and I'm very excited to see what is on the horizon for Mickey and the family. Of course, though, it has not only been a historic run, some would say it's been a legendary run when we talk about Mickey Arison and what he has done for the Miami Heat. It has not only been Arison, of course, it has also been Mr. Pat Riley. Pat Riley and Mickey Arison have built an organization that is considered one of the best in the NBA's elite franchises. In addition to winning NBA championships in 2006 and 2012 and 2013 with Arison and Riley at the helm, Miami has made the playoffs in 22 of the last 28 seasons, winning 16 division titles, 7 Eastern Conference championships, while advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals 10 times and the NBA Finals 7 times. The 16 division titles the Heat have captured over the last 28 are the most in the NBA during that span. Again, it's been about setting a standard, a gold standard. The Miami Heat, granted, the past few months, this season as a whole might not have been the best showing of Heat culture of the organization, and no organization is perfect, but I do think the Miami Heat fall in the same tier as the San Antonio Spurs, as the Golden State Warriors, as the Chicago Bulls of the past. I think those kind of the Lakers, the Celtics, I think obviously are in a tier of their own because of the titles and the dominant run that they've had at the beginning of the NBA's history, but I think the tier after that, I think that's where the Heat fall in, and they're one of the best organizations in the NBA. Definitely a championship contenders, definitely a championship organization, and a big part of that is obviously Mickey Arison and Pat Riley for what they've been able to do and continue to do for the NBA and for the Miami Heat. Previously, Arison showed his commitment to the fans of South Florida when he worked successfully with Miami-Dade public officials to keep the Heat in downtown Miami. Again, Miami Heat, obviously, there was a lot going on with renaming the arena, with possibly them moving, as you can see there. But Mickey Arison knows that the Miami Heat belong in downtown Miami. They belong in the heart of the city. And being a long kid, I always remember a quick story that I will never forget when the Heat won their 2012 championship, one of those two. the announcer said, I wish I knew who the announcer's name was, but he said there will be another parade down beautiful Biscayne Boulevard. And from that point on, I think it was the 2013 one, from that point on, I will always associate Biscayne Boulevard with the Miami Heat. I don't know where the arena could ever be if it's not on Biscayne Boulevard. I don't care where it is, as long as it's on Biscayne Boulevard. That location for the arena, for the team, I think is perfect. And I'm glad that Mickey Arison and his family were able to keep the organization in-house, so to speak, in the downtown area, in Miami, in the heart of the city, because I truly believe that, wow, I'm not going to lie to you, maybe Heat fans aren't always the first ones to the party. They will be there when it counts. They will be there in those high pressure moments, and they will be there in the moments that you will always remember for the rest of your life. And of course, Mickey Arison has not only done things on the court, but he's done things off the court. Under Arison's leadership, the Heat have been champions in the fight for inclusion and social justice for all. In 2018, the Heat captured the NBA's inaugural Inclusion Leadership Award for the franchise's ongoing commitment to diversity and inclusion. In November of 2020, Arison was named to the board of NBA's Social Justice Coalition, which focuses on actions and change around voting access and criminal justice reform at the national, state, and local levels. Again, Mickey Arison has been a public figure for not just the Heat, not just the NBA, but the world of basketball, the community of basketball. And I do believe he is one of the best owners in the league, arguably the best. I think he's up there with anybody you want to throw in, no matter who the person is, no matter what they have done. I think Mickey Arison has completely earned the right to sit at that table to be one of the best owners, and that's why he's going to go into the Hall of Fame this year, and rightfully so. And who knows, he still has a lot more years left in him to be able to try and continue to grow this championship organization to more titles, more finals appearances, more opportunities for young Heat fans, even old Heat fans that have maybe been around for all three titles, that have been around even before the titles, but in the Hardaway and Mourning days and Ron Strictly days and all these stuff. I think Mickey Arison's got a lot left in the tank to try and give the Heat franchise, the Heat faithful, what they want, which is more rings, more moments, more titles. And that kind of brings me to the last point here, the future. What is the future for Mickey Arison and the Miami Heat? What is the future for just Heat culture in general? Again, this year has not been the year that any of us wanted it to be. No one's going to argue that. No one's going to dispute that. All the people out there, especially the die-hard Heat fans, they will agree with me when I say this has not been the year that Miami has won. However, even still, with only a week left in the regular season, the Heat have clinched a play-in spot, just a matter of where they're going to fall in the play-in. The Heat have shown to be the most resilient team in the recent memory with the Miami Heat. I don't know if you can really ever count us out. And I think that is a testament to Mickey Arison, to Pat Riley, to those who have been, to Eric Spoelstra, to those who have been a part of Heat culture for years on years, decades on decades even. That is the biggest takeaway I'm going to have for the future. We don't know who's going to be on this team, maybe even next year. We don't know who the next star player is going to be, if he's already in the organization or if he's on the way to come for us, whether through the NBA free agency, draft, trades, whatever. We don't know those things. But what we do know, and I 100% believe that everybody watching this video, everybody that has been a part of the Heat Digest community for this year, who has joined, who has been here for a while, they all know that the Heat will continue to be this resilient team that doesn't want to do rebuilds, that will always fight to be competitive, that may do it to the point where you probably shouldn't anymore and just don't know when to quit. But that's what Heat culture is, and I'm sure everybody will agree with me when I say that Mickey Arison has earned the right to be a Hall of Fame owner in this league, and the resume that will continue to be written for him after this induction will only cement why he was inducted. Some might argue at an early. I've seen some people talking about he shouldn't be in there just yet, but I don't see why not. Yes, he might only have 3 titles as an owner, but the memories, the playoff moments that he has been a part of in creating, I think he could have easily been in there earlier if you really wanted to and have that debate. Again, you build a dynasty with changing the landscape of the NBA, really, with bringing the big 3. You then, in what some people would have said a questionable move at the time to bring in Jimmy Butler, then resulted in the franchise's greatest playoff run. Yes, it didn't end in a championship, but the greatest playoff run I've ever witnessed. I'm sure some of you have ever witnessed in going to the play-in, being on the verge of being out, to then in a month's turnaround getting to the NBA Finals and taking a game off the Denver Nuggets, who at the time looked like world beaters and were going to just walk their way to the NBA Finals. Mickey Arison has been the man behind the Flames, behind the titles, behind the culture, and I'm so glad that he's able to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I'm happy for him, and I'm only grateful to have been able to experience 2 of the 3 championships, and I'm excited to experience the next few years, hopefully many, many more to come when it comes to Mickey Arison and the Arison family as a whole. With that being said, that's going to do this for this episode of Heat Digest. Again, just something to give Mickey Arison his flowers for rightfully building such a great organization. What I will say, leave down in the comments, what's your greatest Heat moment aside from the titles? We know what the titles are, but what is the greatest Heat moment for you? Is it Jimmy Butler's playoff run? Is it the Dwayne Wade MVP year he should have had? Is it something else that no one really remembers, or you only have a specific memory of it because of a personal reason? Leave down below in the comments. Digest.